Welcome to the world of vintage guitars. No, welcome to Academy of Tone, live from Hamburg. Yeah, and what we could see, the intro was Erik Steckel performing at the Nochtspeicher. Nocht is something like Nacht, but with an O in Hamburg, close to the Reeperbahn. And this was the first thing that I was attending when I arrived here in Hamburg. Everybody knows I'm from Saarbrücken, the south of Germany. It's almost 7 hours drive up to the north. And so we were setting up the video studio for shooting guitars, which is the main topic, which I have been doing since like Monday, day in, day out. Guitars and expensive guitars and more guitars and less expensive guitars. But I could see on the schedule of Erik Steckel that he was playing Hamburg, and I thought, you know what, man, this will be a nice follow-up from the last time we met at the NAMM show, because we had such a great time. And the evening was kind of exciting. After the 7-hour drive, I went to the venue, saw the show, and so you could see that little clip of the encore or whatever it was. And then, of course, the guys had to sign CDs and vinyl and T-shirts and sell the merch, and that was all cool. And then the drummer came, a Dutch guy, and said, you know, BluGuitar, there's this company called BluGuitar. My guitar player plays a BluGuitar Amp 1. I said, yeah, I'm Thomas Blug. Oh yes, blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, the whole thing, some people recognized me in the venue, which was all nice. So I was covered with nice conversations for a while Erik was doing the signing and merch session. And then the band started to tear down the drums and the bass gear. And Erik had to do a job. I think it was for some American magazine. He was shooting videos on the songs of the upcoming album. So he was explaining the riffs and, you know, explaining, okay, this is a Rage Against the Machine inspired riff that meets some kind of Freddie King, Albert, whatever. He went into details, explained all the licks, and then sometimes he forgot about, which is totally natural after a live show, he forgot about, wait a minute, then he took his cell phone, listened to the record, okay, this was it. So anyway, after the show, this was going on for another hour with all the video shooting, and by that time, I think it was already kind of midnight. And then I said, hey, can I have my glory 2-3 minutes interview with you, Erik? And he said, yeah, sure, welcome. And here is the interview that we did after he was shooting the videos, after he was playing the whole gig and whatever, being on tour, and he was still fresh and alive and kicking. Here's my little interview with Erik Steckel. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Erik Steckel. And
good to see you, man.
Yeah, tonight we're in Hamburg in the Nochtspeicher. Nocht is not Nacht, it's Nocht. There's a famous guy who has the name on the street here. Yeah, and it's a little catch up from last time we met in Los Angeles.
January.
Yeah.
During the insanity, the fires, when it was like everybody was freaking out, right? Yeah. It's good to be here in different conditions now.
Yeah. And you are on tour here in Europe, and
yes.
You just finished the German leg here, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if you can even tell in the video. We just did the gig.
So this is after the gig.
Yeah, this is after the gig. Sweat still on the shirt and on the guitar, and but it's great to catch up with you, man. It's great to see you.
You told me a little thing that you have changed in your rig. You have a new cable with a direction.
I'm doing it was something that me and my tech, we're total nerds, and just a quick shout out to my tech, DDA, he lives in Belgium, and he's a Nags and Mezza Barba lover as well, but we're total nerds. We're always looking for what's the next thing.
Yeah.
As if, I mean, it's almost silly because I mean this stuff's great. So,
Sure.
but we're always looking for the next thing.
Of course.
And so I had tried one of these cables kind of on a whim. I think it was like I had found it when I was doing some spring cleaning.
Yeah.
I had found it in a drawer that I had, you know, and I tried it again, and I went, oh wow, I actually heard the difference.
Yeah, and it's
You
more
know?
clarity.
Right.
And this cable is a directional cable. So,
Right. So you follow the arrows on the cable to
Yeah.
get the best.
Yeah.
It's-
So when you. Yeah, and when you
So it's-
turn down the volume very low, you have a nice clean tone.
Yeah, it's actually, I have the gate on a little bit, but
Yeah.
you can still hear. I mean, it's, you know, if I go. Which is insane considering that the amp is on the highest gain channel
Yeah.
on 10.
One note.
Oh, one note? There you go.
Yeah.
And that's only on what? On one on the guitar.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean,
crazy.
he's playing the usual high gain setting that he's
Totally.
famous for.
Totally.
So that's all great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's so great to see you here in
Thank you.
Germany.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
And of course, next time in January, I might see you again.
Yeah,
If
hopefully.
you're around. Yeah.
I think I will be. I think because normally I think we don't tour usually till like February. So usually January I'm home. So NAMM 2026
is coming
oh
up.
my God.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Time is flying.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey,
Yeah.
I wish you all best luck
Thank
for the
you.
rest of the tour.
Thank you very much.
Safe travels, and yeah, it was a great show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And
Thank you.
yeah,
I'll play real quietly so we don't disturb the neighbors. I'll give them a few notes, right?
hey,
There you
and
go.
I saw one more thing. The pick that you're using, is it the
Oh
same?
yeah, no, I changed.
See,
Good catch. So, and people will dig this because everybody, I used for 25 years. So I've been playing for 26 years.
Well,
For
and you are only
years-
27. I know.
35, but yeah.
Okay.
But for 25 years, I used the purple Dunlop Tortex 1.14.
Yeah.
Okay, and loved it, and
Yeah.
still do.
Yeah.
But then at the beginning of this year, probably maybe just after I saw you at NAMM, I switched to the Ernie Ball Everlast 2.0. So basically, and this took me a while to find, because what I wanted the same full-size pick
Right.
as the Dunlop. I didn't want the Jazz 3, and I didn't want the...
Yeah, it's too small.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wanted the full-size pick, but I wanted it thicker.
Thicker.
And it took me, actually, a little message for the pick manufacturer there. Make it easier, because it took me like a long time to find a full-size 2mm pick. And
And
ended
this is
up
what
with,
I play.
oh yeah, this
It's
is
probably
even thicker, right? Or
yeah,
no?
maybe
no.
the same,
Same.
but you know what I mean? It's thick.
Oh wow, yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Well, you know what it was? It was actually, there's a video of me and, you know, Justin Derrico,
Yeah.
great guitar player.
Yeah.
There's a video of me and him that went kind of viral, and it was actually just at the Mezza Barba office. It was a very cell phone, you know, low budget video. But in that video, I didn't have any picks on me.
So you grab
And
the
JP, you know JP Cervoni,
Yeah, yeah.
he handed me a pick that was a 3mm.
Whoa, fuck, that's really thick.
Exactly, and I remember I loved the way it sounded.
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, it was just like I went on the quest. Then I'm like, okay, I need to find the 3 was a little bit much.
Yeah.
I split the difference with the 2, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm with now. So,
Okay. See.
yeah, good eye.
That's
good
the.
eye. 2mm. Yes, sir.
Eric, all the best. And
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we catch
Appreciate
up
it.
in January.
Absolutely. Will do.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Yeah, this was a big pleasure to meet Eric after the gig, and my evening was not only finished by then, because I was nice and gave him a hand, because the rest of the band was kind of already somewhere disappeared. So we packed up all his gear in the flight cases and took it down to the van. And by that time, I don't know, it was like 1:45 in the morning, something like that. And somebody told me, hey, if you want to go back to your hotel, you have to watch the last night train is around that time. So you should make your way back home. So, you know, I gave him a hand. Everything was super cool. And then from the Nordspeicher venue, I had to go to the Reeperbahn. And everybody knows, Reeperbahn is a lot of hookers. And at that time of the day, I felt like I was the only potential customer for those hookers, because, you know, I went up the street knowing, go up the street and then on the Reeperbahn to the left, there is the station. And I got stopped by at least, I don't know, 3. You know, the first one came, hey, blah, blah, blah. And it's only 60 euros. Okay, I said, hey, I have to catch my train. Thanks. Thanks for the invitation. And maybe it's a good price. And then, you know, just 50 meters later, the same thing, different girl. You know, the real deal, Reeperbahn. Anyway, I made it to the train. I made it back to the hotel. And yeah, this was a nice evening. And the next morning, we were starting here in this very room to shoot more guitars for the World of Vintage Guitars YouTube channel that No.1 is doing. And now I'm doing it, I think, already for 5 years. And there were so great guitars. This, by the way, is one of those. Too many good guitars in this shop here. It's a 1950s Broadcaster. It's just too good. Let me show you what time it is. Killer guitar to me. I think this one is only 169,000. Yeah, let's collect some money because it's a great guitar, just at the right price point for somebody else, not for me. I'm sure somebody will buy this guitar and will be very happy. Yeah, for me, it's the fascination about vintage guitars, and this is what I like about that job. Coming to Hamburg, getting the best instruments in my hands, and I can soak the tone of these instruments, and they're still in my head or in my hands or wherever. I can soak the tone and I can memorize the sounds, and I don't have a tele like that, but I have a memory of a tele like that. And that's more than not having anything at all. By the way, I have done a blindfold test with this. The other tele on the other side, which is a 1953 Blackguard, a Squire and 2 custom shops, which we don't show you now, but eventually we will show you that. And that was a big, big impression to me, because I couldn't see anything, but I fell in love with that guitar even without seeing what it was. It's there, and that's the fascination of tone that I get with some of the guitars, more than with others. But every visit here in Hamburg gets me to the point where I find those kind of special guitars, and they create good memories, and that's fun for me. The topic of this episode was too many guitars. Well, we can raise the philosophical question if are there too many guitars in your world? In my opinion, I just need a few good sounding guitars. Less is more, but more is more in a shop where you can have the choice between different guitars, because every player wants something different for whatever reason, for sentimental reasons, for tonal reasons, for whatever reasons. And there you can compare guitars. And this time we had an extra challenge because a huge collection was sold, or is in the process of being sold. And that's a job that Thomas Weilbier, one of the owners or the owner of No.1, for me he is Mr. No.1 Guitar Center. I know he doesn't like to hear that but yeah, he is the man. Yeah, and these guitars, by the way, are all part of the collection that is now on sale. Yeah, so we have Thomas coming in the picture. Maybe you can see that. But while we are seating Thomas, we have a few of the collection things that we have tested. There was Takamine, a room full of Takamine guitars.
I think it's, for us, it was very not understandable if we get 460 guitars to pick up from South Germany, because we didn't know exactly what was in the cases. We had a list, and we saw Takamine, EF, blah, 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 and Gibson, blah, 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 and so we had to have a look in it, and then we brought them with 3 trucks to Hamburg and opened the cases, and then we found out that, to tell you the truth, from this 463 guitars, definitely 400 guitars, American, Canadian, Japanese guitars from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, till I think the latest one is 2011, also custom shop. They are in a fantastic shape.
Yeah, that collector was special. He had a good collection.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
and also all guitars had been clean. They had been lying in a case.
Yeah.
You know, all guitars had been tuned. So everybody here in the shop, we're standing there and open the case. It's like Christmas. You're getting a present. You say, "Round with here." Oh God.
Yeah. And you are doing vintage guitar business for how many years? 50 or 40 or what?
Oh, by accident, because I'm cleaning all my old parts. Next year, 1976, I started here in the shop. It was Music Center Willy Becker.
Yeah.
And work as a part-time worker, because our band had a big truck and we had to, drive Hammond organs and all these things away. So 2026, I'm 50 years in these shops, not working. So it's, it's my life, let's say.
Yeah.
50 years, No.1.
Yeah. And I mean, we go back many years, because when I bought my 61 Strat, I bought it in this shop, from this shop, connected, and I was 17, and that was long ago, last century. I mean, before Christ. So we go back a long, long time. But, it's still exciting for me, after all these years. I don't know how it feels for you, but it's still exciting to see special instruments. And for me, the tone is always what is the most exciting aspect to me. But I think you also have, sometimes the guitars have a history. And it's like, we talked about the Gretsch guitars, and then there came up that you had a relationship with the Gretsch company, and there's special memories on that as well.
Yeah, that's true. I think in the 70s when we started, no computer, no telephone, no cell phone, everything was very complicated. In the 80s we had also like a distribution where we had Guild and Steinberger and Spector, we did the Fender spare parts and so on. So I traveled, I can't remember, 82 till 86, 87. I had been maybe 3 months in Korea working with Cord on Hohner professional guitars, because the complete Hohner professional guitar line was made. The ideas had been #1, and we had let them build it at the Cord factory.
Yeah.
And then later on, because I know all the people like Ned Steinberger,
Sure.
Gretsch, and
Yeah.
And Gretsch asked me if I can give him a helping hand on Gretsch historical instruments made from 1800 till 1950. And I said, sure, I can do it. It takes me some long time because you had books, no internet and nothing, so you had books to do and you all this. So it was a 3 years process and contract that we had.
Yeah.
And we invented with T.B. Jones from America, me, and one guy from the Gretsch company, we invented the historic series.
Ah, okay.
And now it's, all the Japanese, it's based on these historic series.
Yeah.
That's a long relationship with I think, with all the people.
Yeah, and so we could see some of those instruments in that collection.
In that collection.
Yeah. There were a lot of acoustic guitars. There were Gibson guitars.
I think when I see the list, we had, let's say, 45 Takamine guitars. We had 35 Godin guitars made from Canada. We had 55 Gibson, acoustic and electrics. There had been 60 Fender.
Yeah.
And then there are a lot of things in between, from Supro, and national guitars and Dobros and so on. But I said also to our people today, I say, okay, this year it's the end. We did mainly 200 guitars we did in the last 4 days. So now we close it.
Yeah.
And we start next year. Now we have to concentrate on several things in the shop and fishing out the good guitars, that sounding good guitars, and bring them out at first.
Yeah. I mean, so my kind of part was to pick a few guitars from that collection and make them heard here in the studio. And the way it works is you can find this on your channel,
right?
And you can see all the guitars, and every guitar has a number. And if you are interested in one particular guitar, you can write an email to #1.
Yeah, at info@No.1.
Info@No.1.
And you find it on our website and all these things, or give us a call. And then if we know Gretsch #7, for example, I will pick it out of the warehouse and we will check. We have to check trussrod, we have to put new strings on it, and it takes some time. But we stay in contact with the interest people and give him all the information we can do. And we have to make a price. To sell 450 guitars in additional to our guitars that we have here.
That are already here.
Yeah. So we have to make fair prices. We will go under the market price, definitely.
Yeah. So there is a chance to get some really good instruments for a super fair price.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, for those who probably don't know #1 Guitar Center Hamburg yet, you have been selling guitars to everybody in this industry. We are talking Joe Bonamassa, and back in the days you even had Keith Richards, and I mean, who else is your customers? The Scorpions are always here.
Yeah, I just had been out with my family and Matthias Japp's family from the Scorpions last Monday, and we talked about it. I know when he was like you, 17, they traveled from Hanover to Music Center Willy Becker at this time. So it was a long relationship and a long friendship with a lot of people that traveled worldwide. So, and it's still an exciting business. For me, I get hands-on guitars that I would never have the chance otherwise. And so, it's fun. For me, it's only fun. And as I said, this guitar is one of the winners, but there are some more. For instance, another kind of nice guitar is this one. Looks similar to my
61 Strat, but is not, because it's a different kind of animal. It's a 62 with an ash body.
Right.
And
Blonde finish.
blonde finish. Yeah.
Like the Mary Kay, but only with Brazilian rosewood fingerboard.
Yeah, and where's my typical Blug sound? Give me a little bit less gain here. And yeah, it's just another great Strat. Of course, I have my personal preferences. And then here in the background, we have some two killer. One is a 59.
Right.
And
Burst, yeah, and a 60, so a 60 and a 59 burst. And at the moment, it's not easy to say, but you know, a lot of the professional musicians come to into an age where they get, like my age, 70 to 105, let's say like this. And because I know them so long, I have to help them to sell the guitars. And we have a lot of guitars that we get from famous professional musicians, but we don't tell. Because this would be unfair. At the end of it. I try to give them a helping hand.
helping hand, that was the word.
To sell it, but
Yeah.
what I mean is you get instruments that have not only history, they selected the instruments by sound.
Yeah.
And with a lot of these guitars, when you play the guitars, you feel it's a magic in it. It depends on the musician who was the owner before.
Yeah. They had a taste, they knew what they wanted, and of course they had already access to many instruments, and therefore they selected great instruments that finally end up at your place by that. And it's like...
Never-ending story.
Yeah, and it's such a guitar has a voice, and that's to me it's all in the tone. And I have to admit, it's exciting to experience that tone. You know, it's inspiring. I can pick up a guitar like that, and I can get lost in it. And this is when I come here. I don't know how many videos I do, probably 100.
Yeah, I think 104 or something.
Yeah, and I come here, I have no preparation. I pick up the instrument, and then I have to come up with some music that I play on the instrument, and actually that instrument has the music built in for me. I just play a few chords and I think, okay, roll the tape and we do it. Otherwise, I couldn't make 100 videos in 3 days.
You know, I talk to a lot of professional musicians. I will name no name, but to tell you the truth, a lot of guitars have written the songs.
Yeah.
Because they're sitting there and they feel and they get the ideas.
Exactly. I mean, I totally get it, because it's the same with me. It's like there are instruments that resonate with you and that bring out the music that you were kind of never consciously aware that you want to do that. But when you get lost in the instrument, suddenly, whoop, there's a constellation in your brain and it's there.
The ideas are coming.
Yeah, yeah. And therefore, some people make good investments because they wrote big hits on, on some instruments. Sometimes they can be cheap instruments as well.
Sure.
But for me, it's like...
In the years when the songs had been created in the 60s, these instruments had not been so expensive. At this time, they had been $7,000 or $8,000 USA. Now they are $400,000 USA.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So the prices went crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's a total different topic now. So for me, it is about the magic of the instruments and the tone. Yeah. And the whole side of the financials is kind of disconnected from a player's reality. These guitars don't end in players' hands most of the time. Unless they are famous people and have the budget.
Yeah. But in the early years, they had no other guitars. If you wanted a Les Paul, you have to buy a 50s, because they, from 60 till 68,
they were not.
No Les Pauls.
They were only.
I
mean, and this is why they are so expensive today, because these guitars were so unsuccessful in the early 60s that Gibson decided to not produce Les Paul guitars anymore, you know. And then Eric Clapton came along, did the Beano album, was a role model and a hero for the tone of rock. And then the next guys following, and then Gibson discovered, oh, we probably should make Les Pauls
some
again.
More.
Yeah, in '68.
And found by accident some of the molds, the wood pieces in the warehouse.
Yeah, I'm happy that I have a '68. Which I can afford. I mean, this is 400 grand, okay? So it's a house.
Wait, what will be next year? The prices went up. It's crazy.
It's unbelievable. And this is also what you are doing. This is like a market analysis of what has been sold at what price point over the last 10 years and how prices.
A friend
evolve.
of ours, Jörn, he's very good in this, and this is one of his fables to do. And he, working with the KI and the computers, he can make an analyze. For example, he made one of us for a Candy apparatus, Jazzmaster, with matching headstock, and you can find out in the social media, you can find out everything. So we can find out how the diagram is.
Yeah.
how it will go and so on, also in different currencies and everything. And this helps a little bit to understand what the market is
value.
doing,
Yeah.
the value and what the market is doing and so on.
And so that's kind of your business here, that you understand vintage guitars, that you have seen a lot. I mean, very, very many, over many decades. And that your team is also expert on authentication, if everything is original.
Appraisals, and so we check everything, we
Yeah.
make photos, and you have to do it because on this price list, you know, the customer wants to know, is the pickup original or the pickup ring original, yes or no, you have to find out.
Yeah, because that's a different story in the collector's market, that, you know, if we're talking that much money, there's always a lot of potential for fakes. But the funny thing is, I believe I can tell fakes right now because I have seen enough real ones. And even though fakes and whatever relic guitars and whatever get closer and closer, there is still the magic.
It's a magic. I can tell you, George Gruen, everybody knows George Gruen, also
From
a friend
Nashville.
of us, and we work very close together the last, 40 years or something like this. When he is in Hamburg and we're doing something together, or we meet in USA and he has a guitar, he can feel the guitar. He knows exactly what's going on here, and he can tell you, even you don't see, he said, there's some routings underneath the pickguard. And we say, we open it, there's a routing underneath.
Yeah.
He can feel it. It's unbelievable what George feels in his...
Yeah, and he has the experience. I mean, he's probably one of the guys that is the longest in that kind of business.
We say the Pope of vintage.
Yeah.
to us.
I was at his store, and I was at Carter's Vintage Guitars in Nashville, Norman Rare Guitars in
LA.
in the Valley, and many times at your place, and a few others. I mean, we have...
But we will get... That's the thing in Germany. A lot of German musicians and also, let's say, collectors, they don't like the name collectors. They are amateur musicians, you know, with a fable owning vintage guitars and good guitars and so on. We found by accident, you played it, 7 pieces made from the Gibson double neck guitar we have there.
Yeah.
You find this in Germany, you find this not in America anymore. It's very hard. So we have a lot of things, and my work in the next 5 years, and I'm 75, is to see the collections in Germany and in Europe and find out the good instruments, bring them to Hamburg and find the next musician
Who wants them?
and who can play the instrument is
Yeah.
very important. Not hanging it on the wall, play the instrument is very important.
Well, for me, I only can say it's always very exciting to play such instruments. I can take away the memory of the tone, the feel of the thing, and I can learn a little bit and use that as input on stuff that I can do on my guitars. And just like my Gold Top, it has every year I find a little bit more to make it better. It will never be that same thing, but it's like I started here and I'm halfway already.
Yes, sure.
And for me, it's at that point where I can say, you know, with that guitar I can play. If it gets an extra mark, I don't care. It sounds killer, and it has now a few of the qualities that I learned from the real deal instruments. And here's one confession that I have to make. It is the vintage guitars, the good vintage guitars, are the superior instruments. If you want to argue with me, put it in the comments. I'm driven by that, and that's has been proven, because when I was 17, I was here to buy my 61 Strat, and I had a Squier before, Japanese vintage Squier, because these were the days when they came out. Now also collector's items, and they were good, but not good enough. And at that time, I bought my 61 Strat here. And this is, since I had that feeling,
You still have it.
I still have it, and was a good decision. It has been on every gig that I played, unless 2 where I forgot my guitar in total, where I went to the gig without any guitar, so I was playing something else. But
it's also not. It's a high price level. It's on Les Pauls and Teles and Strat and so on. But you can buy for €2,000
a vintage
or less.
guitar.
You can buy a vintage guitar,
Yeah.
125 or 120T, and they have the magic too.
They have mojo, they have mojo. I mean, what is my problem is that I'm socialized with Strats, Les Pauls, and Teles most of the time, because that's the music that where the guitars that were used in the music that I admire the most, and of course that's why they are most sought after guitars and the most sought after sounds. But I have the guitars that I need. I don't have that Tele. But that will be a project for me to get a Tele with that quality, and it will never be exactly the same. I don't know how to get there. Maybe I buy a 70s or 60s or whatever, and then I do a few modifications, or you never know.
We have time. We can talk in 20 years and maybe you find some.
Yeah, let's see. But you know, it is exciting to be on that journey.
Absolutely.
And it is exciting to make these experiences, because these are, to me, moments in time that it's part of my life. It's part of my memory, and it's fun. It's positive. It's like a vacation. It's some people pay a lot of money to be on a vacation, to have a special moment. I can have that with a guitar, and so.
But don't forget, you bring your memories into your product. So that's the thing where everything is in.
Yeah, I mean, that's, my products also live on my experience. I mean, this is the amp 1, bing, and there's the amp X, bingo. And these are also part of my life.
Sure.
And they live on that experience of tone. And that, a guitar amp is made for an electric guitar. And the better the reference on the guitar, the higher the level on the amp I can get. And if I have a guitar that is kind of weird, like has too much mids, which might be great for a very specific sound, it's out of that foundation of tone that works for my arsenal of guitars. And that's the funny thing. I can play that amp with that guitar, with what I just did. I played different guitars, a Tele, a Strat, and a Les Paul, and it sounds like it should sound, in my opinion. And I need that kind of quality from the instrument as well. And then I can go back for a cheap Squier and try to get a little of the extra boost spice to make that cheap guitar come alive, just like those guitars that are already alive. So I'm cheating a little bit with the amp, but why not? Cool. Yeah, Thomas, thanks very much for...
I have to thank you being and coming to Hamburg all the time and work with us.
Yeah.
We are very proud that you do these things for us.
I'm very proud to be in this room for so many years. 5 years we do the world of vintage guitars.
Right.
So if you want to check out, some of the guitars that you can see here, we're doing this for 5 years, so a lot of them are already sold or are even being sold because they belong to a few nice friends and owners.
Right. And it was more to show the people how different guitars can sound. Out of 10 Strats, they are all different.
They are all different, yeah. And for me, there is a point in the quality of the instruments that comes from everything. The more I learn about guitars, the more respect I get for every detail, from pickups, wood, fingerboard wood, frets. Every fucking detail makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the main thing is always the player.
Sure, but if the guitar is good, the player is better.
Right.
Because he feels better. I mean, there is no. If you don't feel it, I'm happy for you. You know, you can be happy with a very affordable guitar and get a little bit more of whatever juice gain or whatever you like that makes you happy, and you're sorted. For me, the magic of tone can get a little expensive here and there. I was lucky that I was 17 when I bought my 61, because that thing goes for, what is it now?
75,000.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But maybe your guitar is also 75,000.
Well, it is not as mint as this one. Make me a big celebrity owner then. But I think I have to die first to make the price really in this kind of price range.
But money is not the thing, it's your life. And
Yeah,
that's very
exactly.
important.
Yeah, and in the end, you know, it is about what it really is. It has a character, and maybe my guitar is not the best guitar for you guys, and that's the thing. And by the way, I try to copy my guitar with a BluGuitar master, which we'll never get enough of, because our dear friend Andreas Kloppmann is trying to make some replicas of that. And I'm not selling every guitar because they are too good. They are not as good as the original one, but they are so good that I can't sell them. Sometimes I sell them when the company is in need for money. And again, that project also is learning from what I do here.
Yeah.
Playing the real deal and knowing, wait a minute, there's this whatever, sparkle and this noise and whatever it is, magic. And maybe we come up with something that makes a little bit more magic, knowing that we never get 100%.
But that we are young, we have time, so.
Well, I mean, nowadays we can outlive everybody.
Well,
because we feel good, and that's a good
absolutely,
energy.
yeah.
Okay, so we are ready for our next guest.
I give you back the tally.
I hold this tally. Thomas, take this one. It's too expensive for me. Let's welcome Ulrich Rode. So we have to give him the mic,
Yes.
so he can be heard. That is this is a live show, you know. So a few things about Ulrich. We have been playing together in summer.
This summer, right, at the Crossroads Festival.
Yeah,
in
and
this very
that's
place,
something
yes.
we also have to mention, that Thomas Weilbier is having a yearly or annual festival for his shop, for the No.1 Guitar Center Hamburg, where he invites all kinds of exhibitors, musicians, and this is where we met.
That's right. And we played. We had the chance to play together.
Yeah, it's always a little bit of short notice and improvise, but hey, this is how it is, and it was big fun.
That's what we do here now.
Yeah,
So thanks for having me.
yeah. So maybe we have to introduce you a little bit for those international people who don't know who Oola is,
Yeah.
which is your
Who is
nickname.
Oola? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're coming from Hanover, which is
Yes.
also North Germany, but now living in Hamburg?
I'm living in Hamburg for now 19 years. or so.
19?
19, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
okay,
yeah,
that's...
yeah. So quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'm living here with my wife, running the Blue House studio, where we do productions and where I play guitars for artists. And but basically, I'm a member of a band called BAP.
Yeah, I mean the Germans all know BAP, you know, it's like Verdammtler. Yeah, I think
Pretty close. Yes.
I played that when I was a teenager, when
Yeah,
in a cover band.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah. Ah, okay. And wait a minute, I hand you this amp for fun. Maybe maybe you will know the correct version. Wait a minute, I plug in here.
Right?
Yeah, yeah. The anticipated one is a trick of the song.
really is, yeah.
It's
It's not happening all the time.
Yeah. So you have to know the song. And I think
It helps.
was the original drummer Jürgen Zöller?
Not on that record. But
Jan,
he played
Jan Dix?
I guess so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
during
we're
that
talking German drummers.
All legends.
All legends,
Yes.
yeah. And Jürgen Zöller, I play a lot because he lives in Karlsruhe,
Yes.
and I'm in Saarbrücken, which is not too far. He is very old now. He's 70,
Very old.
78 or something like this.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
Yeah.
And
But he's still playing,
he's
right?
still playing, and it's. I mean, sometimes, we do rock anarchy, and we get wild, with my 3-piece, and Jürgen comes, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, he's so intense, and I think we played Highway Star, and then he came back from behind the drums and said, "Hey, drummers, play a ballad."
Play a ballad.
Yeah, but it's cool. Bab is a legendary band for the Germans because
Yes.
they were part of German culture.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in a dialect. It's
Yeah.
not proper German.
No, it's from the Cologne area.
It's from the Cologne area, and it's hard to understand. And the lyrics are very Bob Dylan driven, because the leader of the band, Wolfgang Niedecken, is a big Dylan fan, and he really brought this lyrical kind of thing into this into the band.
And that's a German lyrics with a local dialect, which is totally authentic.
Yes, it
you
really
know, sometimes the music is like in Germany they try to sound American, but it's kind of wannabe.
Yeah.
And the Bab thing is authentic because it is their version with an authentic dialect, with authentic stories.
Definitely. Yeah. And it still is. I mean, next year we are having this 50 years anniversary of the band.
Yeah.
So it's quite a long time.
I had 5 years in a Cologne band, Purple Schulz.
Okay.
Yeah, so I played with Purple Schulz and Josef Pieck from Purple Schulz. Was it 1994, 5, 6, 7, 8 maybe. So in the second half of the 90s or the mid 90s. And these are also from Cologne, but they have their records feature proper German. But again, in the culture, I made a few gigs where Purple, Rüdiger, his real name, was singing Cologne dialect. You know, it's so funny. Especially when it comes to Carnival season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We don't have it where I'm from, not that big, and I'm not the typical Carnival crazy guy. I don't know the concept of getting...
It's kind of special, yes.
Yeah.
It really is.
You know, everybody freaks out for a week and then life is back to normal.
Yeah. Just like Biene Maya and Batman. Yeah, I've seen that,
Yeah.
But Bab is not of that.
No.
It's a real...
They're real...
rock and roll
Absolutely,
band, kind of.
yeah. So that's the thing that people know here in Germany. But then there's also the Sing My Song on Vox TV.
Yes, yeah. It's a television show where we are this kind of house band where we accompany various pop artists. So pretty interesting work actually. So we fly to South Africa to record that there, and have about seven acts sitting on the couch, and they cover each other's songs in wildly versions. So we have guys from the Fantastische Vier, which is a band here in Germany,
Stuttgart.
Yes, that's right.
And by the way, their singer is called Thomas D.
Yes, that's right.
And we had a gig together, Thomas D and Thomas B.
Yes, it's kind of match. The DBs.
The DBs, we made 100 DBs. He made 50 and I made the other 50 in somewhere. I forgot about it. But this was funny.
So we're doing that. We are an 11-piece band, and we arrange that and play totally different versions of songs and mixing them all together, and which is a good thing. We like that.
And so besides the TV show and Bab, you are like a sideman that does many different jobs in the industry, like
kind of in the German industry, right? I consider myself more as a sideman than a solo artist. So I really like to work with artists and try to find out what they are needing. And what the music needs actually to support the
sound of the band,
the sound of the band, to understand the sound of the band, to understand the artist, the intention, the feel, what's necessary, what is not necessary, put the ego behind, and that's what we do at this TV show also. So, but not on television. All those German kind of pop acts. I'm happy to play with some of them. Yes.
But you also have your own original music.
That's right. Yeah, which is more kind of a fun project. I call it a Murks.
Okay, Murks is a very special German word. How would you describe Murks in English?
Murks is kind of maybe nonsense, or not exactly right, or maybe something silly.
Yeah.
Because we all have, I guess you too,
of course,
have a folder on your computer where you have music in with just something, some ideas, some scribbles, some scripts,
and not
complete. So I put it all in this Murks ordner, and then there was this Corona thing, this COVID thing, where we all had plenty of time, and then I went through this folder and made something out of it. So this is where the Murks project happened, basically.
Murks recycling.
Kind of, yeah. And I try to do at least one record a year.
Okay.
Just for personal
pleasure,
basically. So there's no band. I'm not on tour with that thing. I think it's always good to have this kind of platform where you can do stuff where you elsewhere can't. So some of this stuff written down is trying to be in service to another person. And this Murks thing, I can do whatever I want.
Sure.
So.
But I think it's always good to have different outlets for whatever you do, because I, at least with me, I've always felt like it's great to have not only one only project, because then I feel like being trapped and everything has to happen in this band, and if it doesn't happen, there is a lot of drama, there's a lot of stress, and having a side project that even is not needed to be successful, that is a relief, because
and you keep the mojo running, kind of. So,
if you come to that, okay, I have to deliver exactly what other people want, and you need that freedom. You can do your works, feel good, and it's all good. Hey, you know what? Let's play some G minor Murks.
Why not?
Yeah, some works in G minor.
Some kind of works.
Yeah, no, it's nice, you know.
Yeah, it really is.
And okay, you come to this shop and you play that.
This
50s
telly, I've never be able to afford that, of course.
Yeah,
But it's a nice guitar.
it's a nice guitar.
It really is.
You are a Tele guy. I mean, of course, you have several guitars, but
Yeah, but telly is a very nice working horse.
yeah,
For me at least. I have a 76 telly, which is totally all right for me, and because you can cover up so many things. So and I really like, of course, yes, and for this bop thing, I play Les Paul, of course.
Okay,
for
yeah,
all this
yeah.
riffy
Yeah.
rock stuff and stuff. But for my personal use, the telly is the go-to.
And what kind of tele is your main tele?
This one that I have.
What is
which
it?
Basically, no, there are two actually. So this is this.
Too many guitars. That was the topic of this episode.
So, but the main telly, which I play the most, is this 76 telly. It's a blonde one. And fading blonde, and I have this. You mentioned this earlier in this show. This Andreas Kloppmann pickups on that, and it was pretty rewired before I get it, and this is why I could afford it, because the price went down.
Yeah,
because somebody put in a humbucker first,
and was routing.
The routing was just all over the place. Yes, so I bought it, and Andreas Kloppmann did a very great job to do nice pickups on it, and it's basically one of the main guitars that I have. And I have a Andy Summers kind of reissue Sunburst telly also with the humbucker in the front.
But Andy Summers, it's a special guitar. Can you tell me a little bit about it? I just know that there is a story that his original one has very weak pickups because he was traveling on the London tube on this, and I heard that. So it's all, but and is it a humbucker here?
A humbucker here, and you can split it. You
okay.
can split that, and here's a single coil. This white binding, and but basically that was it. I have no idea what the real story behind that.
Yeah.
It just felt good.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Andy Summers and his Tele is such a killer sound.
Yeah, really.
And don't forget about the Electric Mistress flanger. Hey, when I was younger, I always thought this was a chorus, but it's a flanger, and that's everything. You know, I mean, if there's like put on this Electric Mistress, and then instantly it's magic.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah,
and
it's right.
Yeah, I also love that flanger. But yeah, Andy Summers, Tele makes sense. Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah. Okay, coming from in your arsenal of guitars, what are your main guitars? I mean, you mentioned the Tele, you mentioned a Les Paul.
I mentioned Les Paul, right? And which I got here, of course, the Les Paul. That was 58th anniversary Les Paul, so not a true vintage, but kind of close, in a way. And they did a really good job, but it's got a huge neck, so it's pretty hard to play. But
you like the tone.
I like the tone, and I drove some guys of this store crazy because I constantly wanted to change maybe to a smaller neck and maybe a 59 neck, and they're so kind and lended me all those alternatives. but for this bub thing, I always
Take this one.
Came back to
this one.
this fat thing.
And by the way, I have done another blindfold thing on Les Pauls, because we have those killer 1959 and 60 Les Pauls, and they have also killer custom shop Les Pauls there.
Yes.
I will show this another time. I was surprised how good the custom shops actually were.
Yeah.
It's like with the Tele comparison, I knew exactly what I was playing in the very first. I was so sure. But with the Les Paul, in the end, I was always right. What was the real deal, and things like that. At least the others told me. I haven't seen it yet because I was blind. Is it still there? No, somewhere. This was the blue thing around my head. Anyway, but the thing is, I thought if you don't know the difference, I could actually. We all have to accept it because we don't have these super great guitars. But it was at a level where I thought, man, I could deal with that without having issues.
Yeah.
And that's already a lot.
And sometimes I find myself playing, and you mentioned that's of course it's inspiring to have a beautiful old
or whatever instrument,
swinging instrument. But I tried it here once. Ridiculous expensive Strats and stuff, and then I played and I found myself again. So it's not. It's kind of what I'm trying to say is it's kind of magic, of course, to have an old, well-sounding instrument, but you always have to be yourself. You still have to be yourself as a player.
Of course,
it doesn't do all the work for you.
No. You can't buy talent. I mean, you know.
But it helps sometimes.
It can be an inspiration.
That's it.
But I mean, there's so many things that can be an inspiration. You can have a good coffee, you can have a good beer, you can have a good wine, and if you have a full bottle, you feel like you have all the inspiration for the day.
That's right.
And that's fair enough. And of course, I think we as humans we react to many aspects, to sound, to feel. You know, I mean, it's also so important that the setup of the guitar is right. I mean, sometimes when this vintage instruments come in and they are not set up properly, they have not the potential.
Yes, that's right.
That is in the instrument.
Yes.
So you have to put some extra time and love to the instrument to get it alive at the level where you say, now it shines.
Yes.
And then, of course, there are different people. Some people like the string action a bit higher. They want to have a different strings, and you know that's a personal thing. If you know what you need, and that for
that's
me
always a good thing.
Exactly. And this is what I learned here. By making all these experiences, I learn more about what I like, and this comes on my wish list, and that makes me a clearer picture. And that's
at least you know what you're looking for.
Exactly. And the same with amplifiers. When I design an amp, the best reference is the best, puts the limit there.
Yes.
And
you can take the steps towards that.
It's just like in music. If you are inspired by a certain guitar player, it does something to you because it is maybe next level. And that's the fascination that you feel.
Yes.
And whatever it is, it can be a low-tech emotional thing, or it can be a high-tech.
And it's so personal. I mean, when we will listen to the same solo, we might like different parts of that. So it's so personal.
That's another great topic. When you are also teaching on the Hamburg Pop Academy, like pop course.
Yes,
which was
4 years
founded by Peter Weyer.
He was, long years the head of this thing for the guitar department and for band workshops. Yes, but he retired from that now, and I'm on that now for 4 years, and it's such an inspiration. I never thought it was.
Yeah.
So I never teached before,
Yeah.
Not really. And there we happened to meet all those talented young people who bring so much to the table. So they all, some of them were studied, so really proper education. Some are really street-like cats, and we bring them all together, and they make their own music there. So the main topic of this camp is find guys that suits you, and then make your own material. So there's all original stuff going on there. So we don't teach how to play cover tunes or something like that. So they're all writing and exploring, and we are trying to evolve the best what they have in them already.
So you're listening to all the individual musicians and the band formations.
Yes.
And then you discuss what's going on, and
no, they make the decisions actually. So we don't. The guidance is pretty little. So they have 10 rooms where they can rehearse.
Yeah.
And then we go from room to room and throw a bone in from time to time. And but they write their stuff, and we give maybe some advice and stuff like that.
But it's not like you tell them like in
not at all
old school German school you have to be there by whatever time.
Not at all.
Too early.
No. We try to encourage them to be even more brave than they think they are.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe that's the most thing. So we always say, hey, you have something in you. So how can we bring that up, and how can you be even more you? So. And don't make the mistake to compare yourself all the time to other guys, which is a big topic for that generation in general.
I think these days with all the social media, with all these platforms and so much information and competition available, you feel like I suck. I'm shit.
Yeah. It's pretty easy to go on that path.
Yeah.
And we try to stop that, at least for that period that they're around us, where we create a space where they feel as safe as possible.
Yeah.
And explore things and try things that they never thought of maybe.
Yeah.
Because the special thing is that they all came from so many different places and backgrounds.
Yeah.
So you have this indie guy meeting an electro female artist, and the first time they come together and something new is happening. And it's very creative, and it's a nice little thing we have there.
Yeah, for me there is one thing that I found out with myself is I cannot take too much input.
Yeah.
So I mean, as good some things are, my body is overload on too much. No matter how great it is.
Yeah.
So there is a time for input, and there's a time for output.
Yeah.
And
the time between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it really needs to settle down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a lot. Everybody knows that I'm doing this and that and that. But if many people think I would wake up and practice guitar, I do that while I'm on stage. I'm honest.
Yeah.
This is the, or when I'm in the R&D and trying out some of the sounds in between, I turn down the volume while sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that Julian, my technician, is not annoyed by doing that when I do some exercise. But that's the only time I really do that, and the rest is
taking care of your business,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And do all the things that you do.
Yeah, but still, my brain and my life is still connected to the music, and it kind of works in the background.
Yeah, sure.
And this is what I learned. I don't have to feel bad when I'm not actually doing the hard, like I go to the gym and practice like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
we all did that to some extent when
Exactly.
we
were
didn't
teenagers.
have a life.
Yeah.
So,
I think
but
that's
now it's too much life going on.
Yeah,
in
but
the meantime.
I mean, when I was at school, I have to admit, I was practicing how to hold a pick under the table, while my teacher was telling me something. And this exercise I can still do because I learned it at a young age. And then I came home from school and I simply played. I got lost in the guitar, and these were the best years. After 3 years, I got my first studio gig. After 3 years.
Yeah.
And I actually don't know how I got there because I was self-taught. I had, still unbelievable to me. Now looking back at how to describe how high the level needs to be in a studio.
Yeah.
But I never had I always had respect, but I always thought, what can I lose?
Yeah.
I mean the
Nothing.
biggest nothing.
What's the worst thing that I can do? You can play a wrong note maybe.
And
Nothing more. I mean,
exactly.
It's still music. It's not
Exactly.
surgery.
And the right note is the one next to it.
Yeah, sure.
And so you have to know how to fake it to make it. And that's probably what I learned. And that's kind of helped me to take things lighter in a way. And of course, I have things where I have to be super focused, knowing that I'm playing on the edge of my ability.
Yeah.
But I'm realistic. I cannot even practice hours. So I know I have to do it.
You have to find a way
Yeah.
to go through it. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, story of my life.
Same here.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. And you don't have the time. Sometimes I really feel sorry for that because I really I love being a student back in the days and trying to figure out stuff but the times are not so it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
So
if you get a little bit older, you have whatever. So many things to take care of, to have to make your living, to arrange everything.
Yes.
And just as a teenager, food was free at home. You know.
Yeah, that's right.
And
But I mean, and then I really admire people that are not that educated or have a clear voice. Where they just grab an instrument and it's instantly them. If you know what I mean. So I really even at the pop course I sometimes have guys in front of me, and I know I may know a bit more about music and theory and stuff.
Yeah.
But they play a note and it's immediately them, and you can hear that, and it's really hard to find it, and some people that don't think about that, they just do what they do, and it's a quality. It's rare.
I have a musical example by Pink Floyd before David Gilmour with Syd Barrett. Maybe you know that riff. I mean, it's a super stupid, simple thing. I would never come up with such a thing. It's like...
Okay.
E major,
yes,
and then he goes and moves. So, I mean, we can
maybe by accident.
Yeah,
maybe he slipped away.
Yeah, but I mean, it ended up on a Pink Floyd record, and the thing is, we could explain it with music theory. Okay, now he's having the tritonus and the major,
you don't have
minor. It's complete. But this is something I know when I heard this as a teenager, before I even played the guitar, because this was used on some German television background music or whatever, indicative or whatever it's called, thing at the beginning of a TV show, politics or something. And it's like, it was fascinating to me. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck. This is the darkest thing I've ever heard. And it's probably an accident made by a human that knew this was special.
Yeah.
And
you have to be brave enough to admit that.
Yeah.
And
to know.
And to know this is special.
It. Yeah. This is it.
Yeah.
And not, don't try to be nice. No.
Yeah.
Be
like dum dum cash. Dum cash.
Yeah.
I mean all those things. No? You have to know this. This is the thing.
Yeah.
So that's a quality.
And by the way, there is the story about Another One Bites the Dust by Queen, and Queen was not sure if they should release it as a single. And Michael Jackson told Freddie Mercury, if you don't have, you know, the bass line, you do the biggest mistake.
Yeah.
And then Queen said, okay.
Michael did it. Michael
said let's put it out as a single, and it was maybe one of the biggest successes they had in the USA.
Yeah.
Or like, you know the story of Black Knight by Deep Purple?
No.
So in 1970, when they finished the album In Rock, which was the big statement after the orchestra thing. So John Lord, the organ player, was very keen on the orchestra and classical music, and Richie Blackmore said, you know, we are a proper rock band. We do a proper rock album. And so they went into the studio and recorded In Rock, masterpiece of rock music.
Yes, definitely.
The record company said, it's a great album, we have no single. So what happened is...
Don't listen to record companies.
Yeah, but this is what happened. So they said, fuck, we need to write a single. They went to the rehearsal room and they came up with nothing. So they went to the bar, had a couple of drinks, got totally drunk, went back to the studio and covered some old bass riff, boo 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 doo boo boo doo boo boo, and they thought, you know what, fuck it, it's a cool riff, record it. And this was Black Knight.
Yes.
It was not even on the LP. They released it separately as a single.
Okay.
And
did quite good.
It did quite good, and everybody now, everybody sings it.
And it's funny that you tell me that the riff sounds a bit drunk.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. We can enjoy. So that's I think it's a good example in the history that we can look back and find things that actually worked in a way. And again, Deep Purple, I'm a Deep Purple fan. The same is like with their Japanese live album. Deep Purple live in Japan.
Live in Japan, yeah.
They didn't want to release that. Oh, it's a live. We played some mistakes. We can't release it. We had only half of the gear. And so.
I mean, mistakes is always a funny subject, also.
Yeah.
I think, especially in the course. Why is everybody so afraid of mistakes? I mean, there's so many good things come out of mistakes. And embrace them. So that's always a good advice.
And that's probably
And I have to to myself also. So
yeah.
in the studio, it's a nightmare. Some tracking guitars on my own. I don't know how you are doing that. Sometimes I think even before the first one, I think, okay, no,
forget it.
This won't do.
I have,
So-
I
It's
sometimes
pain.
work best under pressure.
Yeah.
So I just put myself into a situation where I have a limited amount of time, and then I go there and say, okay, the next hour I have to record that fucking thing, because afterwards I go to my company and people are waiting for me. So what I do is like, I'm a pretty solid live musician, and that helps in that situation.
Yes.
Even as a studio guy, I then go there, and this is for lead parts where you have the freedom. I make the sound right, and then I play one take or 4 takes, and I comp them.
Yeah.
And that was it. I have to live with what I played. So, and different story when it comes to rhythm guitars, because I know also myself, I can go very picky on, how do I move in the beat, and if there's like a is this all to the click? How does it sit in the mix? And that's
the feel.
the feel. Does it feel sloppy? Does it feel stiff? Is it pushing at the right moments? Does it work?
Yeah. Sometimes it helps to have people in the room. That are saying, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
But it's really hard for me to make the decision by myself.
Yeah.
Or for myself. So it's
understandable. I know what you mean. But I think it's cool to have the different aspects of the thing, and sometimes I can even enjoy to go into that details. But I have to admit, I don't have the time anymore, and this is actually,
which is a good thing. Yeah.
This is actually why I quit that business.
Okay.
Because I have done session work for other people. I played on a lot of CDs or whatever records, and that was a phase, and I was fit in a way, because it becomes also a routine.
Yeah, sure.
So
it's great learning also.
And I mean, I have proven myself, like the biggest thing was to record a full record, including rhythm guitars and solo guitars, in one day.
Okay.
Including driving to the studio, setting everything up, and home.
Yeah, all right. That's quite a bit.
So this was okay. I've done that.
Yes.
And then,
but you don't have to do it every day. So
no.
Not
Even
anymore.
back then, I knew that this is not.
Yeah, this can't be it.
Yeah, I made the producer super happy because he saved a lot of money. But this was only because I was at a peak of like 10 years into that thing, and I knew, okay, exactly what you need. Okay, you want that acoustic guitar. 1, 2, make the click fucking loud, Back. So, and then, okay, verse. Blah blah, and then the cliches.
Yeah, sure.
So, and then okay, double the track, and I could already memorize all the accents I have done on the first because I was so fit in doing that. These days, probably not. You have to.
It's a special treatment, and you have to be. You have to be living in that. Right.
So, I see there's some discussions in the chat going on about guitars. We wanted to talk about guitars. I love my Gibson Custom Shop 59 standard reissue. Why not?
Why not? Fair enough.
Yeah. Team Tele, somebody says, Jakob de Wolf.
Oh yeah. Which is my stepson. Really?
Yeah.
He really is.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah.
Still watching?
Yeah, that's nice.
You worked here also.
He worked there.
No, he did a practicum.
Yeah.
Kind of.
What is a practicum in English? When you're young.
Like 3 weeks when you're from the school learning what you will be in the future.
Yeah.
So
when you come from school and you can experience what it is to work in a shop. Praktikant.
He wrote also. I have a 70s SG. That's right. And I bought it from Jürgen Zöller. Actually, this you may know this guitar.
Jürgen Zöller, the drummer we were talking earlier.
Genau. And he sold a 70s Gibson SG from his son. So I bought that, and that's the latest.
It's a good guitar. And about Jürgen's son, which is also so funny, because Jürgen is that real rock and roller from the 70s. We are talking, he's been there.
Yes.
He lived it, and his 2 sons are so clean. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Moritz, and Moritz is a metal guy.
Yes, that's why he sold this SG. He wanted to buy an ESP or something.
ESP,
or BC Rich, something like that. So it was funny.
and it was so cool because Jürgen came with Moritz once to the BluGuitar headquarters because he wanted to get the Iridium amp, the metal amp, for Moritz. And what happened? It's such a classic. Moritz, I explained Moritz the amp and stuff, and while I was doing that, the dad was on the toilet having a big joint.
Yeah, sure. Of course he did.
78, no problem, or whatever. Afterwards I could smell it and I could see, there's something left to clean. But I have for those who want to see us, we are playing NCO Club in Karlsruhe, November or pretty soon. Okay. And there's another one on the 28th of December in Maulbronn with Jürgen Zöller, legend. You have to see that.
Definitely fun to watch.
Yeah. So, we had the team Stratocaster and Telecaster.
Yes.
What is it? Brennpunkt. Somebody mentioned the TV program that it's called ARD is the first German television, and the program is called Brennpunkt. Okay. So it's this was a politics program.
And they used that riff or what?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. They had that Pink Floyd thing. Right. I discovered that later because I first saw it on the television, and then I heard some Pink Floyd, and then I heard that the same music. Okay. And I thought, that's Pink Floyd, but this was very dark. What is the name of the Sid Barrett was the first Pink Floyd guitar player with all this. Well, he has a drug problem.
Definitely.
Yeah. Too much dark energy.
Yeah.
Ibanez AZ FGN.
Don't know that.
Fujigen guitars, neoclassic. So maybe talking about guitars. The thing is, Astronomie Domine is the title. People know everything. String theory, Carsten. That's Carsten Gürke. He is also doing YouTube channel here, String Theory.
All right.
He's watching us. So say hello to Carsten.
Watching.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I can see 6th of December we are playing NCO Club Karlsruhe. Whoever is usual T.
Yeah, go there.
Yeah,
worth
it is. By the way, it's also a nice thing from. You lost the microphone.
Yes.
It's a nice thing that we have down there in our area, because it is the old American military club. It's NCO. I don't know what it means. national whatever corporation or organization military. It was on the military base, so a lot of American soldiers and American musicians played there. And this is where the Frankfurt and the the Mannheim and that kind of area got to soul from, because from the American forces network, from the military. This was when I was a teenager. I could hear stuff like on the radio, which no German radio was playing back then. And I was dialing in the American forces network, and they were the talking English.
And playing good music.
So I had access to good groove at a young age.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah. A non-commissioned officers club. Non-commissioned officers. Very special. The only thing I know is it's a great atmosphere there, and it's unbelievable. It's in the middle of Karlsruhe, where usually every building would be millions, because it's like so central. And this used to be military, so they didn't touch it for decades. And now, in the middle of the city, you come to this place where there is military. There is no military anymore where there used to be military. And there's a club with cool people having a party and music.
It's good.
It's nice. Non-commissioned officers club.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. You know what? I probably take another guitar.
What do you got?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Just for fun, because I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can still talk over these notes. It's number 5. Is
No.
this the same or is this the other one? Anyway, it's the same price tag, 400,000.
Not for us.
Yeah. What can I say? It's
Yeah. Do you have topics? How do you usually conclude this?
Well,
your series.
Either we can ask the audience here if you do have a question to us while being here.
Yes.
So we are still in the room. Thomas Weilbier is still there, and we still have a bunch of guitars. If there's anything you really want to hear on a specific setting,
Plenty of stuff here.
now is the time because tomorrow
They're all sold.
we are sold. Yeah, they are all sold, and we are history. And I'm going back to Saarbrücken. So that's one way. If we can do anything good for you now with these guitars, please feel free and ask the questions now. Besides that, wait a minute. Next week, the live stream. I think this next week is a metal stream by Emanuel Knorr, and I have planned a lot of streams till the end of the year. But yeah, and by the way, if you have a topic that I should cover in the live stream, please let us know. When is the next Murks album coming out?
Next year. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So
yeah.
2026.
Yes. Maybe around summer or something.
Okay.
I want to use the December and the rest of this year when there's spare time to work on that. So there will be more music coming up.
That's good. More music is always good. That's also on my wish list. What is the weight of this Les Paul? Thomas, do you know?
They go to 3.8
3.8.
to 4, but both the 60 and the 59 are very light.
Yeah, they are more the 3.8. So these they feel just right. All I know is 3.8 makes sense. Maybe he gets the data because they measured everything on such instruments.
Yeah.
And sometimes people, I know that the heavier the body wood, the more sustain you can potentially get. But it's for me on the Les Paul, it's then too much.
Yeah.
And are you using any like chambered Les Pauls?
No.
So you want
and it's
here.
really heavy.
Yeah.
So but it swings. So, So and the sustain is coming from somewhere.
And that's the maestro is coming,
Put the glasses on.
but I don't know where to where. Is this okay?
Yes.
Wait. Oh, I'm afraid of the plastic. Okay.
3.9.
3.9. Okay.
You're spreading, so it's
Yeah.
3.8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the cable is doing it.
Yeah. But it's a lightweight. But just the right weight, because that guitar feels balanced too. It's not like this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, great sustain.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah. Okay. One wish for live stream AMP1 Silver Edition. Haha, how to? I do have my Silver Edition.
That's this one, right?
This is the Mercury. For
But it
those,
looks silver to me.
but the first AMP1 had no name. It was only AMP1. And then I was changing manufacturer because I had some quality issues, and And so I tried to get the same amp manufactured at a different place, and it didn't sound the same. So I took their components and revoiced the whole thing.
All right.
Because it is what it is. So, and by then, of course, I had some more experience with people using the now called Silver Edition, and made them a bit more happy. So, and that became the Mercury Edition. Okay. So, and the first ones, they didn't have a name, and now people call them the Silver Edition.
All right.
Because it's also silver, but has no Mercury logo on the back.
Okay.
So, and there's a thing that I always have been saying when this came out. Hey guys, if you have one of the first ones, you will never. People always go for the new one and say, the new one is so much better. And then I said, in a few years, you will discover how good such a Silver Edition amp is, because you have to find the magic settings. And people didn't understand, or some people did and others didn't. But if I put, for instance, the vintage channel with gain on 5, it's magic with any guitar. And I have guys in America who still tell me it's the best sound, blah blah blah, because that setting is magic. And that's maybe a thing that I can do in the future, making an episode about where the magic points of the Silver are versus
5.
Yeah.
So it will be a short episode then.
Yeah, but yeah, cool. That's a nice topic. You know what? We play a song and we are history, because then it's beer o'clock.
Beer, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Hey.
Ulrich, this was big fun.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks for
having me.
joining in. It's
Thank you very
always
much.
great to have you as a guest and to be here in Hamburg and have interesting people.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for having us here at the No.1 Guitar Center Hamburg. And don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. I always forget about this.
You have to
and
say
guys, you will see me in the next couple of weeks with a mug that says like and subscribe, because I always forget it, and that will be my drink. Just, I have to get a pro in advertising. We have to do this because every YouTuber has to tell you that, and I forget about this all the time. So like and subscribe, because then you will see more interesting people like Ulrich and Thomas Weilbier and them all.
Yeah.
Thanks
Good
a lot.
that you do that.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye. See you next
Bye.
week.